It's just the fact that it fell.
Oh, I didn't know it was fair. I thought that was all I was working with. I was like, I'm about to get either real close to Ryan or I'm sitting in the uncomfy chair.
Bro, sit on my lap, baby.
Oh, there's no laps.
So, Brad, what time is it?
It's crunch time.
11:37.
Motherfucker, you know what time it is.
It'd be that Yonko Cast time.
It'd be that Yonko Cast time.
Go.
It's...
What?
What time is it?
Foxy time.
Foxy time.
It's Foxy time.
One day one. Guys, welcome back to the Yonko Cast. I am your host, Ryan, here with
Brad,
and Mr. Seth.
Miss yourself.
So, let's just get into it. We were going to do a live react for the ban list.
Yep, and then someone...
All of us were spoiled.
Nope. I don't know what it is.
You said you were watching the video as it went live.
I don't know what you're talking about. It didn't happen.
And I quote, yeah, I don't sleep at night, so I just watched the video.
Yeah, I'm a bat.
And then this guy opened a Twitter group chat and accidentally saw it. And then my cousin, of all people, who just got into the game, accidentally sent it to me.
New players, am I right?
New players.
Yeah.
So,
they suck.
Yeah, we should strangle them.
So, let's talk about the obvious fish in the room, right? Law getting banned.
Yep.
Not surprised.
Not surprised.
No one is surprised.
If you are surprised by that, you're wild.
I think the surprising thing for me is the law ban is how awful the promo law is going to be.
We talked about all the ways they could have saved that card.
That they could have just made that card still playable.
Yeah.
Right? It could have still been a playable character. Like the Sakazuki is still technically a playable character.
Technically, yeah.
Or technically, leader. But man, they put a gun to that man's head and pulled the trigger. They put him down. But we'll get into that in a minute. We want to say RIP to all the Rob Lucci players because they banned Stage.
First off,
Seth,
I don't know why we're saying RIP.
All
Dex,
right. Let's lose this man.
Deck's not done. Guys, I'm serious. I'll do the Foxy villain arc.
Dude. Seth, give us you're the native Lucci player in this room. Give us your 2 cents.
What?
I think Quartermaster made a very good point that if they were going to hit a black card, it was going to be Rebecca.
Quartermaster's a buddy in our chat. I also said Rebecca.
Yes, but his argument was a little bit different than yours. Other than you were like,
what was his argument?
He was just, this is just the card you hit to break up its consistency. It wasn't more of that she is incredible.
Yeah, she is the most consistent black card. That's why she is the best black card.
Yeah.
In a game like One Piece, consistency is the best part of the game. Right?
Consistency is how you win.
Right.
Jack was already inconsistent beforehand. Jack was already inconsistent. We all knew that.
I feel like though I could be wrong.
Like facts, Moria is just a more consistent black deck.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I just mean individual cards.
Oh yeah.
Rebecca is probably the most consistent card because it gets to bring something back.
Yes.
Play something out.
Yes.
Or whatever, right? So, and this lobby, I understand why.
Not the card I think they were going to hit though.
It's a trigger.
The trigger do be pretty good.
You just got to get it for free, which is really nice. But B, -2 every turn for free is really good.
It's good, but it's non-searchable. So, my argument for the trigger is because it's non-searchable.
Right, so it balances itself out. Right,
it balances itself out. I'm surprised, genuinely.
It wasn't. I don't know. Maybe Lucci is just the best black deck, or the best deck going forward. I think the reason they hit it, honestly, this is my opinion. The reason they hit it is because we were just going to go from a RP Law meta to a Lucci meta, because the ban list, for those of you guys who don't know, is taking place a lot sooner than we thought it was. The ban list goes into effect September 1st for Japan, and where do you get September 6th, 5 days later?
Yep, that is insane.
Before OP8 comes out, before the starter decks come out, before the release of OP9 or PRB. So it's going to be really interesting to see how the game kind of moves forward with these changes for us. Obviously, we're going to have a way different meta than Japan had. So I'm very curious to see kind of what happens, what's going on. What decks do you guys think are going to shine with this ban list?
I think Dofi's going to be taking a step forward at least.
Blue Dofi?
Blue Dofi specifically,
I
obviously.
I think Film Dofi is just insane.
Dome Dofi's crazy.
That's crazy.
Because Blue Dofi obviously kind of crumbles into Lucci, I feel, with the amount of removal that Lucci has, the high density of it.
Yeah.
So Dofi just being able to have his board stick just makes him that much more scarier, getting all those swings in and then just cheating more bodies into play and not really having to worry about too much more removal.
Right.
However, Lucci did sometimes crumble to aggro deck, so maybe I can't speak on the matchup. Seth, I don't know if you have too much of the Dofi matchup experience with Lucci.
Not enough to feel comfortable in stating it. I never had a problem with the matchup. It kind of just sometimes they got it, sometimes they don't. Like it's the variance part of the game.
Yeah.
Right.
But never was I like, oh god, it's a Dofi.
No, the thing, I do agree with you that Dofi definitely picks up a little bit, because on some turns where you're able to like double Jinbei, right? You need the extra 2 Dawn, or you're able to like Jinbei, play something, and then play what's her fucking face from hand, a Boa Hancock, right? So you just have 10 on board. The extra -2 is big, right? It really plays into being able to clear both to like a 4-drop and a 6-drop. Also, it's gonna be harder to remove bombs off the board now, right? And Blue has some bombs. It's got the Kaidos, it's got the Mihawk, it's got things like that. Kick is gonna be
Mihawk isn't even really played. I'm personally playing it. I haven't seen other Boa decks playing it, but that's also just because I personally think Mihawk is a little bit of a slept-on card.
I agree with you because it's a body, right?
It's a body that also it gives you a good tempo swing if you're able to tuck a relevant a relevant piece on your opponent's side,
right.
And then you just have a 9k body to swing with next turn.
Right. Yeah, right. And it being a 9-drop is going to make it that.
It's also just searchable with Sengoku because it's 7 Warlords, which is why I am big on that card. But I know a lot of other people aren't at the moment. But
I mean, it makes sense in Boa, not so much in Dofi because Dofi doesn't even play Searcher, right?
Yeah.
But it makes a lot of sense. Shout out to my dog Bear.
What up,
Bear? Makes a lot of sense to be playing it in that deck. I think a deck that really shines. It won a regional about a month ago, and I am max raring it. Red Green Law. Its 2 hardest matchups being Red Purple Luffy or Red Purple Law and Black Lucci, both received hits. The two like 100% strictly hardest matchups. Both received hits. Now, that deck is still going to suffer because it is a 5-drop deck, right? 5-drop or less deck.
I'm going to be honest, brother. I didn't like the stage against you most of the time. It helps, but most of the time it didn't like.
But in a lot of matchups with Lucci, like you have to see your mega consistency reducers every turn now. Your Brooks, right? Maybe even Hina gets played in the deck now. I don't know. But you have to see the more consistent. You have to like invest more into clearing boards. Yeah. Which I think is the whole reason why stage getting hit is good, right? Like it is more of an investment for you to play a 4-drop Rob Lucci because you have to invest more into it before.
I think the deck just gets a little more aggressive. We are not allowed to do more greedy lines, right?
Yeah.
So this might be a hot take. And as much as the stage ban hurts Lucci, I could also see it in a way helping it just a smidge.
Yeah.
Because I know from what I was reading online, there was a lot of contention on how many stages to be running.
Yep.
I'd seen lists running as low as 1, and then some lists obviously just running the full 4.
Right.
And then you just end up with stages in hand, and you just have no way to filter them out. So you're just kind of stuck there. But now not having the stage can kind of maybe free up your hand a little bit. Maybe they run extra Ice Ages. Maybe they run extra cost reduction in some other form.
Right.
Which I think could actually maybe help the deck out just a little bit. Obviously, in the long run, stage probably just hurts it more than having the stage banned hurts it. But I think it also frees it up just a little.
It opens up more versatility, right? Because there hasn't been a Lucci list that's like, I'm not playing any stage, right?
There was at the start of the format, and like not too long ago, but there was stageless variants that were just for Ice Age.
Fake news. No, just kidding. That makes sense. But like for the most part, if you look at like 95% of all the list, right? Pretty much all of them were on some variants of stage.
Yeah, 2 to 4 was the usual thing.
So now it does open up, and even like I think other cards get better, right? Like 8-drop Sabo probably gets better now because it's able to be a big boy and clear big cards. Ice Age, like you said, probably a more impactful card for that deck. I think the real winner here, honestly, is
Smoker.
Come on. Smoker, 100%. It's the most playable black deck of all time. No. I think the real winner, honestly, here might be Anel.
Honestly, I think the real winner here is Nami.
Anel and well, here's
Nami's a winner.
Here's my hot take about that. Nami struggles against aggro decks because you're able to just whittle the hand early. I think with RP Law getting banned and it not being good anymore, it gives more chance for other red aggro decks to shine. Things like Zoro, things like Red-Green Odin, things like that, right? Like, we have all these aggro decks that are now getting the chance to shine. So I do think Nami's going to die off a little bit when this ban list comes out. Maybe not immediately. But that deck has a lot of stuff that says, like, blocker, for example. And we have a bunch of red decks that have big fucking rushers that just get to go burr. And they don't get removed. So I get my fat swings every turn.
Well, so, I remember when we went to... I mean, I think this was probably 2 months ago, and I don't remember the specific date, but when we went to SAC for a box tourney, there was a guy playing Zoro, and the way he constructed his deck was just nothing but rushers. And then he just
that's my boy Dre. Shout out to Dre.
Never bothered protecting them unless like he kind of absolutely needed to, or he was already in an advantageous position.
Yeah.
He would just play rusher. If they got in, great. If they died, whatever, move on.
Right.
Because you have 13 more rushers. Right.
Exactly. And I think I'm so excited for Red to be back.
Me too.
Because of multiple reasons, right? We saw a bunch of the like OP9 announcements, and we'll talk about that maybe a little bit later on. But yeah, I mean, it's hardest matchups just gone. They're just absolutely gone, and I'm really.
Zoro's is Zonel, still right?
Yes, but also
Dragon helps.
That's what I mean. Is we have big boys that we can really use in that deck.
Dragon was great for Zoro. I'm excited to hopefully see a resurgence of Zoro. I personally love Zoro. He's my favorite character in the anime. I also just like his design as a leader. It's simple, it's effective, it's really just Red's identity all summed up into one leader.
Some people might say that's a hot take.
And that's fair. But
that's valid.
Coming from my Magic background where I played a lot of Burn, give me a linear aggro deck and I will mess you up.
That's what I'm saying. We also know Zoro gets really good in OP8 because of the chopper build, the animal build.
Dude, that chopper build looks great, and I can't wait to play it. I'm going to build that and play so much of it.
It's hard. It's arguably hardest matchup was Red Purple Law. That deck's gone. So really, we are really excited to see kind of how this meta shapes up and kind of what we're expecting and looking forward to. I also think there's some good rogue decks that probably get a lot better. I think one of those decks is Rebecca.
Rebecca makes a resurgence. I think another big winner, not that I think it was more of a tier 2 option than a rogue option, but Raiju is definitely going to be making a big resurgence.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I mean, if I don't know who of our viewers are market watch people, but Raiju leader alt doubled overnight. Went from $35 yesterday morning to now $80 as of recording, right before recording this episode.
And even the alt Raiju was down to like 40-ish, and it's up to for like 45, 46. And that might just because of like people had low copies on the market, got rid of them, and the regular copies were there.
I think the same thing happened to Porsche, right?
A Porsche, yeah. Porsche's like a $40 alt now. You're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you for the Raiju.
Rebecca's went up a little bit. Moria's fucking soared up to 75, 80.
Back to like 75, 80. Yeah, it's crazy. And even Perona, we talked about this earlier, which I also think is a really big winner of the ban list.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Going up to $40 because it was at like 35-ish. But by the way, guys, announcement: we have kind of finished a schedule and video ideas.
It's a rough chop, but we got there.
Rough chop over the next couple weeks. We're gonna really tune in on what we're doing, but This guy over here is going to be doing market watches.
Trying. We're gonna
This
pay
guy
attention.
over here is going to be doing sim gameplay for a bunch of different decks that he's just really excited about.
Get ready for some meta stuff and some wacky fun stuff.
Yeah.
Get ready for meta stuff, he says. First video, E-Show.
E-Show, baby.
No, first video is obviously Birdcage. Come on, get with the times.
Get with the program.
And then I obviously will be doing our return to locals, recording that. We have locals later. Funny enough, I think by the time this video comes out later today. Mm-hmm. So maybe locals was yesterday. We'll see when I finish editing this video.
Do we have locals this week? I thought we did not.
We have locals every Tuesday this week.
Is it?
Not every Tuesday. We skip one. The week we have the Treasure Cup.
That's right. We did skip that one because they're doing Digimon on Tuesday. That's right.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm
So
gonna have to check the Bandai app right now.
you're gonna check right now to verify the card.
Side note, I have bad news bears after this video.
Oh no, give me the bear. You know what?
We get bad news bears after the video.
No, the cast is gonna see it. Bad news bears me.
After the video.
It's canceled, isn't it?
After the video.
Okay, after the video.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it on here.
He's not gonna talk about it on here.
Nope.
I'll share all the details later. No, just kidding. What? Any other decks? Any other winners we can think of? I don't want to.
Liliths are up $5. Sorry.
Huh?
No, nothing. I didn't say that.
Oh, what'd you say?
All Liliths are up
$5?
just about like $4.
To be fair, Egghead gets a lot of really good support next set. OP8. And that deck also really struggled against both those decks. We can't really speculate on the leaders coming out in OP8 on how well they're going to do in the meta because everything was just so outclassed and outshined by RP Law. But we can speculate on stuff that we have now because we get to see like how consistent and like actually play with it and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
Because there's decks we're excited about for OP8. There's decks we're really excited about for OP9. I think our locals is going to be like 90% Blackbeard apparently.
Yeah.
But no, we're super excited about all of it and holy, you know what I just realized? Holy crap! Enel is dead. OP9.
Yes.
10-drop Blackbeard. Turn off your effect. No leader effect. Oh my god.
Yeah. Deck's dead, homie.
Holy crap! Guys, breaking news. Enel's dead. No.
Yeah. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
That's it. He's just dead. He's just fucking.
He's dead.
You killed God.
Yeah, no, very, very excited. What cards do you think we're going to see a surgence of? Actually, we kind of spoke about decks. Do you have a deck that you, before we go into cards, do you have a leader that you think is going to shine maybe with the bands?
The only thing I have to say is I was watching some of the Eggman coverage and stuff. Okay. I think overall, our format was much healthier than theirs. And I don't know if that's more of a fear tactic. So for me, I think decks I would like to see shine a little bit more is Perona. And honestly, Bonnie. I kind of want Bonnie to do...
Yeah.
It's a deck I've liked since day one, but it was just... I have not been a green player for 4 sets now.
Right.
So...
Right.
Perona, Bonnie are the main ones I'm looking out for. I'll always root for Raiju, but...
I think Bonnie gets a lot of help with... the format going forward because now they can just hide. They feel safer hiding behind their kids, right? They don't have to worry about Lucci.
It's harder to clear the kid.
It's harder to clear the kid.
The 2 free cost reduction. I agree with that. Yeah. I think another deck that really, at least until OP8 comes out, is probably going to shine and really be the best deck. Black Yellow Luffy. Its hardest matchup was probably RP Law because you just got everything bottom decked, you know. But and that deck stomps Lucci 90% of the time. So it's gonna be very interesting to see how decks adapt to that, the format adapts to that deck, and B how well that deck actually does. So that deck I think is gonna struggle if Nami stays consistent in the meta. And who knows, maybe Nami is just the biggest fucking winner here. Like honestly, but
I think if your statement of like a Nell becoming a bigger winner, that means Nami is going to be.
You think so? So looking wise, what do we think the 3 biggest winners are? The 3 biggest winners, deck wise, leader wise. We think Nami.
My top three personally are Nami, Enel, and Raiju.
Nami, Enel, Raiju.
It's about the same, yeah.
About the same.
My Nami comment only applies if Enel gets as much better as we think he's going to. right?
I'm specifically talking about decks that aren't already considered to be like tier 1.5, because I kind of consider Bonnie 1.5 right now. I think she's
That's
fine.
fair.
If obviously if someone takes her to a tournament and runs into a bunch of Lucci, they're just bad news bears, right? It just sucks. It just sucks, right? But
it wasn't even really the Luigi matchup. It was the RP Law matchup. But yeah, no, for sure.
like
for sure,
if
for
if
sure.
they just run into all their bad matchups, like it's just sucks, right? But I think Bonnie's always from day one, like Seth said, leader's cool. I love the effect, and I also just think she's viable, even more viable going forward. Like
Yeah.
not having to worry about as much removal or as consistent removal, and they can just hide behind their kid and just fortress up.
That's true.
Boa might actually benefit from this as well.
Lucci was one of our harder matchups. We had to aggro them out because if we try to play the long game, Lucci just wins it out.
Right.
Because usually Boa wants to be the deck that plays the long game, but if we're basically in a mirror of playing against another control deck, we just kind of crumble for the most part, especially in a deck that has as much removal as Lucci does. Because then they just remove all of our big bodies, they remove our Jinbei combos, and then we're just kind of dead in the water.
I got you.
So, but I will say in the last couple weeks, I have improved my own personal Lucci matchup. We just have to aggro them. We just have to Jinbei. We just have to put pressure on them.
Right. Really apply the board state, and I gotcha. For me, I am gonna say it was already a tier 1 deck, but it just gets so much better. I do have to say Black Yellow Luffy. I'll say Bonnie. Because I do think Bonnie. And then I gotta throw a red deck out there, so I'm gonna say Zoro. I think Zoro benefits from both those decks getting hit. Zoro's still gonna really struggle against Lucci, because just being able to play a Lucci every turn clears your board pretty much. But I do think there's gonna be some kind of version. I'll say Rick Green Law actually, just because that's probably a better version of that right now because of Cavendish and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because I think right now Law is a better red deck because I think having a board presence is crucial in this meta.
Yeah.
If you don't have a board presence, you're not doing anything.
You also get to just have a bigger board presence, right? Because like your characters are just that much better.
You can also just go combo with the restand Law, where you just like attack for 9 with Luffy, shambles in a Law, swing 9 again.
Yeah, that's true. Actual cards that benefit from these hits. I can tell you right now, there's like 20 different cards in my head that benefit from RP Law getting removed from the game. I will say the number one card in my head right now is the 5-drop Supernova Green Monkey D. Luffy that protects your 3 drops or less from being KO'd.
Yep.
That card felt okay to play in Red Green Law. I cut it down to 1 because I was like, man, if I just run into the RP Law matchup, I just lose.
Yep.
Because this card does nothing in that matchup. However, that card is way better now because it is our anti-black card. And black is still probably going to be our hardest matchup, so it feels way better just playing that card in the deck. I think another thing that kind of just picks up is Basil Hawkins.
Well, we always knew Basel was going to have a spotlight.
I think Basel is really good as well because we kind of talked about it and we worked on it on testing and whatnot. Really, you have to swing out first and then play like a Red Rock or another removal spell to get rid of it.
And it specifically has to be an event. Don't be a dummy like me. Don't be a
dummy
dummy like me and play a Mihawk to try to tuck it. You're
You're a silly
just
guy.
a big old knucklehead.
Silly guy.
Yeah, so it can't be a character that removes it.
It has to be Red Rock or some other event.
Unless we're talking about Stussy, because there's a Stussy interaction that works.
Yes, because Stussy can
trash
KO
herself.
itself
For cost.
For cost, and then clear the card. Yeah, so there's a couple unique interactions, but most decks don't really have a way to out that card.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be very interesting to see how those two move forward. And then my number 3, I don't know, every searcher ever now that RP Law is gone.
Yeah, I think lower curves could be what decks might start leaning into.
Yeah.
Because I know people were worried about it running into RP law. It's like, well, I want to play this character, but it's less than 3,000 power, so
Right.
it's like I'm not going to get any value off of it.
I lied. It's Ryuma. Ryuma gets so much better. Because any reducer put Ryuma in range to get bottom decked and the card wants to be KO'd.
Oh, yes.
Ryuma.
From,
It's
yep,
Ryuma's
okay.
number 3, I lied.
Okay.
Ryuma's number 3.
I was blanking on what card you were even talking about in the
What
first
the
place.
hell's a Ryuma?
Yep, but now I got
There's
you.
no Ryuji.
I honestly didn't even prep to think about what specific cards would be good, but I do think going forward we could start seeing lower curves, maybe more chump blockers, because I know outside of Bonnie, green Rosinante blocker hasn't really been getting played too much with RP Law being pretty rampant, but I could see him making a bit of resurgence in some either mono green decks if you're playing your own Spice, or even in some dual color decks like maybe Perona.
What about Wamato?
I was gonna say I was just thinking about the fortress strategies outside of Bonnie. I think Yamato gets a little more.
Yamato could make a resurgence. I personally didn't play Fortress Yamato. I played a...
Yeah. We don't need to tell him what you played.
You played an Island of Sky build, and it was
You know what? I just wanted to make it as linear as possible to get him dead, and you know what? Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. It's how it works with an aggro deck.
hit him with a Carfax, brother, please.
I would also like to hit you guys with some Carfax. Multiple sellers listed today. Today.
Wait, what's the card?
Ice Age. I have a seller worth $9, $15, $36.
$9?
No.
Oh.
As in the amount of Ice Ages they have.
That is a card I was actually going to bring up. Ice Age
Yeah.
is going to be going up a lot, especially in Lucci decks, I feel.
Yeah.
Can you do a...
I'm looking at this set of 15 right now. Yeah, how's it going?
No, the alt? You looking at the alt right now?
How much?
How much are they?
19.
19. I mean, they've been roughly about that price, right?
Yes.
So we think that card's going to go up?
I don't think it breaks 30. It doesn't break 30.
I don't think it breaks 30.
It might because it was a premium Bandai set. If that card spikes in play, it might because it was a premium Bandai set. Right? It's not a main set alt.
Yeah.
So I think because it was a premium set that maybe a lot of people didn't buy. Because there was only like really 2 cards in that set that people wanted.
I don't remember what set this one was.
It's Ice Age, Rad Beam, the Dan, the Love Mellow.
Blast Breath.
Ah, that's right.
I think Island's on there too. Or maybe that's another one.
Yes, I think you're thinking.
Island?
Island Boy.
Hokkaido Island.
Ah.
Yeah.
Or Origashima. I don't remember the name of it.
I don't think there's an English. I don't think that was in the
It's
English
on one of them. I don't think it's been officially like to the public yet.
Oh, okay.
Like the pre-orders were up, I think.
I've seen Japanese versions popping around here and there, so hopefully eventually I'd love to get an old one.
So you're saying Rosinante, Ice Age. What was your third card? Maybe with some card facts. Like a good neighbor. Brad is right there. Yes. Don't.
I'd have to. I honestly might go with
What are you talking about?
the ulti page 1 double body combo.
I think you could pick like any of the double body combo stuff, right? Technically, Jinbei, Ohm.
Yeah,
Stuff.
I think any of the double body effects get better. Because now we don't have to. Obviously, Lucci the character is still very much playable and still very much a threat. But I think now it's going to be a little bit harder for them to reduce the double body cards. Not that they're too hard to get through anyways, but now...
Real quick, tell me why my brain was like, what does 6-drop Lucci have to do with anything?
So hear me out.
Whoops.
Cards on my market watch. 6-drop Rush Lucci.
So... I also know purple decks in general are starting to stray away from page 1 ulti specifically.
Yeah.
Especially once we start getting a lot of this purple Straw Hat stuff. It's becoming just almost strictly purple Straw Hat, which I'm very excited for. But yeah, I mean, even nowadays though, Ohm and Holly isn't getting played like at all.
No, not really. Yeah, I mean, That one's a little bit different because you have to search and hope if you don't hit one, you have to hopefully have one.
But I mean, that's still better than page 1 ulti, right? Where you have to have both of them in hand at that moment in time.
Yeah, it is. I think the difference though is that, especially moving forward, the difference is one of them's a 2K and can be played. They like play themselves off of the new black ones coming out in OP8.
That's true.
Because they get to play from drop. So I think they're definitely the best body combo version. Maybe not. Maybe Jinbei Gecko is probably the best body combo version, right? Because you just get to recur Jinbei, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see kind of where double body combos move forward. But
Yeah,
I do like your thinking and your logic on that.
Yeah.
3 cards.
I've always been up on Ice Age.
Okay.
Always been really high on Ice Age.
Another Ice Age man.
I think Ice Age might get a little bit more. What's the word? It might be put under a bit of a magnifying glass now, since it's now the premium cost reducer.
I mean, Black Yellow Luffy was already playing it, so it makes sense, right? Like, we were seeing variants of Black Yellow Luffy playing that card, so it does make a lot of sense that card is kind of under the microscope now.
Yeah.
Right? So.
I mean, I still want to play Lucci going forward, so obviously I have my whole look is on Lucci cards.
Okay.
I think this is like Brad said earlier, I think what's going to happen is this deck's going to get more aggressive, so I can see Kaku seeing some more play again.
I think going into a Kaku list is actually very good for the deck.
The 5-drop Kaku?
Yeah.
5-drop Kaku. It's not too much of a bar to clear for, because it's, 3 or less, right? If I'm not mistaken? It pops to 3 or less?
Yes.
Yeah.
So getting something to 3, not too much of an ask. Obviously, if you're trying to reduce a 10 cost, but
Yeah.
if you're trying to reduce like a 6 or a 7, not too bad.
I think Finger Pistol for the Lucci deck.
That was my third card.
Yeah, Finger Pistol is definitely on the watch for sure.
I guess I'll just mention Stussy as well.
The Stuss, dude.
I do think there's a world.
That's true because your 1-drops and stuff are stuck on board now because RP Law is not really a problem.
Yep.
So you actually have something that you can KO.
You were kind of on the fence about that card at first, though, right, Seth?
No, I was the one on.
No,
I
was on the. I played it once and said this card's not that great, and he said, "Yeah, but I got this alt off you, so I'm still very much on the fence." And so
if you got an alt, you gotta slam it in
that's
the deck.
facts. I know that's facts. You got to throw it down, and he has that deck max rarity except for the. Oh wait, no, he has the max rarity lobbies. Rip again.
You got the stamps.
I bought them for 7. I don't care.
That's true because they're already down to like 5, and also it's a card that very much could come back eventually.
That's a card that I think is reasonable to come back.
That card is very reasonable. Moby Dick is a card that I want to come back.
I would love for that card to come back. I'd love to.
Never come back.
It cannot come back. Same with Sakazuki. I know I saw a lot of people saying, "Oh, just unban Sakazuki. Just watch what happens."
Just let him fight it out.
I would have loved to have seen the chaos that ensued, but obviously that would have been a nightmare of a meta to play.
I think honestly, we get to the point eventually. Not within the next 3 sets. Maybe by the next ban list. Who knows? We get to the point where like Sakazuki is still a good deck, but it's not the best deck, right? Just because of like how the meta shapes up.
I don't
and
know,
stuff.
man. Sakazuki, like having both of those effects for free is
Right, but
lot.
you have to remember we're going into like leader Blackbeard that turns
That's
off
fair.
all your opponents on plays. 10-drop Blackbeard that
If they unban Sokka, I'll build it.
turns off. But we're also going in another direction of like Black Purple Luffy that gives all your stuff plus to their cost. So all your reduction gets done backwards, right? Like, and like we're very much going in a way that like these bans eventually will get undone because we're just like they're gonna get power crept. It's just a matter of how long it takes them.
And that actually even kind of going back on cards we see going up in value later down. This will be later down the road once we get the cost addition with black. Red Rock gets a lot better.
Yeah, because it is just the best removal spell.
It's the best removal spell. Removes anything without question. Grab Blade gets worse, I think, going for at least it specifically in the Black Mirror.
Yeah. Imagine if we get a card that's just like can't be removed, like can't be put to the bottom of the deck.
I mean, we sort of have that with Anel, right? He gets one free. He
Anel
gets
and
one.
Basil. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
They're
he-
unique in that regard, right?
Right.
Yeah. He gets one. Anel literally gets one free shield from being removed. I mean, obviously you have to choose to trash your life or not. But
Right.
anyway.
I think it's a cost for that card too, right? So you have to have a life in order to do it.
If
I think it's black. It's black text, right? It's
Seth's,
gold black text.
Seth's our local Anel player,
I
so
don't believe it is.
No, I'll look it up. I don't have the card with me.
yeah, mine's in my backpack over there. I'm not going over
Mine's
there.
in a binder, but I'm not getting it uncomfortable right now. And we're recording,
Nope.
so
You may. If the character was fleet, you may. It's not bold.
So even if you don't have a life.
no. Well, no. Does it say up to?
No, it doesn't say up to. It says you may trash. I read you the card. I said you may trash one card.
So yeah.
You may trash one card. It doesn't work because it says you may trash one card.
Yeah. So
Good thing we're not judges.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
What I'm saying, it's what
It's
I'm
not a
saying.
cost, then.
It's not a cost.
Okay. Gotcha. So what we do here on the podcast, we argue about card. No, I was kidding.
We don't argue.
We do
about card.
plenty of that off the cast.
We do so much of that off the cast, but it's more comical than anything, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Final thoughts about the ban list, guys, before we move on to the next topic. I don't know about you, but I'm excited.
I think this was good. Lobby was a shocker, but I think it was good.
Lobby caught me off guard. Definitely not what I was expecting. But I think overall this will do the meta some good.
Okay. Very beginning of the video, we started immediately talking about the red purple law, how it got a gun to its head. Now it's time to talk about the actual effect of the card, because we didn't talk about this.
Yeah.
So, the card went from
Trash can.
Dawn -3, put your opponent's character with 3,000 power or less to the bottom of the deck, and you can play up to one card.
Cost 4 or less.
Cost 4 or less from your hand. No color restriction, nothing like that, right? Now, it's still Dawn -3. Put your own character to the bottom of the deck and play a Heart Pirate.
4 or less?
I thought it might have even said 3 or less.
I'm pretty sure it's 4 or less.
4 or
I
less
can
or 3
find
or
it
less.
in
Yeah, let's pull
2
it.
minutes.
Pull it up in the chat, but
Carfax.
pull up the card facts. Man, that would make such a good T-shirt.
Card facts?
The card facts, man. The moment we hit high enough numbers, we'll start making their
Dawn -3, bottom one of your characters with 3k power or more.
Oh, 3K. Okay, so that's also
Play a 4 cost or less Heart Pirate.
4 possibilities. Okay, so that's where the 3 was coming.
And he's obviously still 5k, 4 life, yada yada yada.
Yeah. So yeah, they completely murdered this leader.
Hang on, let me do a double take on that art.
Also, yeah, I am not a fan of the art.
I can get behind it. Not gonna lie, I can get behind it.
You know what I will say. Somebody posted a meme earlier, and it's the art of like Law laying on the ground, all beat up and shit. And it just made me laugh so hard because I was like,
let's go.
I was like, dude, that's 100% what they just did to that man. They just kicked this man while he was down.
Yeah, I think overall the meta's gonna be healthier moving forward. Not that even though our own personal local meta wasn't even that bad. There
Not
was,
even
like,
the Sacramento locals was bad.
like
Checo was bad.
Yeah, but Checo's bad.
That's facts.
because we
I
had
love
like
Checo.
what
Hold on,
2,
pause. Let's-
1.
Yeah,
pause.
We love Checo.
Love Checo so much.
Would love to, honestly, I would love to do an episode down in Sac one of these days.
Yeah, 100%. Sac locals is
Sac locals, go down, record an episode, have like special guests, whatever. Damn, we're going crazy out there. But yeah, I think our I agree with you. Our locals meta really wasn't a problem.
Because we had one law player. I mean, we had
a
one,
fake law player. We had 2 fake law players. Henry and Declan.
I wasn't even counting Declan or
Oh,
Henry.
I was counting him.
We had one real law player, which was me. Immediately got off the deck.
The newer gentleman that was borrowing your
Right.
deck for the first time.
Cash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was playing law.
But he's just very new. To
He's
the
very
game
new.
still.
He's very new to the game, but I mean, still seems competent as a card player. 'Cause, I mean, he has a pretty
100%. There's just intricacies he's got to
Yeah.
learn for the card game itself.
2 Lucci players, to my knowledge. You, Seth, and then John Quartermaster.
Yeah, Monsieur Jean.
2 blue players.
Me, and you playing Dofi.
Yeah. I guess technically when Josh shows up, he sometimes plays Nami, but
well, he
really didn't show up this meta.
He is all on board that red purple Luffy train.
Yeah,
thanks to Henry.
He's been
like,
on red purple.
That is all he cares about nowadays.
That's
yeah. I think he's closer to max rate in that deck than he ever was to Nami.
Yeah.
That's probably fair.
I know Derek nowadays is playing Bonnie. Sometimes we'll bring out the Yamato, but I think he's mostly on the Bonnie train right now.
Yeah.
Henry's a wild card. We don't know what the hell he's gonna do every week.
That's
right?
not true. It's Queen. It's
his go-to deck is definitely Queen right now.
Right now it's Queen.
And then Gecko with Declan. I mean, Declan's just playing a lot of Gecko lately.
And Black Yellow.
He hasn't touched it in over a month and a half because he was like, I kept running into RP Law and losing, so he tore it apart.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Boa gets helped a little bit. It makes our Lucci matchup a little bit easier. Maybe now, if Lucci goes into a more of an aggro deck construction, we can maybe take the matchup a little bit slower. But Law wasn't even too bad of a matchup to begin with. It was okay. It was about 60-40 in their favor. It just depends on how many grab blades we saw.
Yeah, that deck just gets to aggro you so quickly, and if you don't see... Honest to God, it was if you don't see the Jinbeis, you're having a rough time.
For me, it was if I didn't see grab blades.
I saw grab blades, and it was the fact that I didn't get to put cards on the board, right? Like, because if you can play more than one card a turn, you're in a pretty good spot, right? And then the grab blades help you remove the issues.
Yeah.
But I got to the point where I did not see a Jinbei till I took my final hit, and I was like, cool, it's over because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right, so...
And our black-yellow Luffy matchup's favored for us anyway, because we just grab blade all their big brothers and they just cry in a corner.
Man, he says that, but Rocket Luffy, a hell of a card.
Rocket Luffy is a hell of a card, but
a hell of a card.
It's really dependent on how many geckos they see and how big their gecko turns are.
Yeah.
Because if they're having to gecko to, like, not die, then we're in a good spot. But if they're doing their gecko turns to set up for being like a 9k leader, then we're in a rough spot. But for the most part, it's favored towards us. But I don't know. I think Boa definitely gets a little bit better. I'm interested to see where we go from here.
Yeah. Back to the RP Law. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being it's a good reprint or a good errata, to 1 being it's awful. We're gonna do this first. Where would you put Sakazuki on that list?
The new Sakazuki?
The promo one, yeah, the one that says Trash and Navy reduce by 1?
Yep, yeah, you have to trash a Navy card to reduce something by 1.
So how do we feel about that card on a scale of 1 to 10?
4. Actually 3.
I'm gonna give it a 6 because it's still we have a lot of really good Navy stuff, right?
Navy is obviously still a viable archetype.
Yes.
But I just feel like putting yourself at that much of a disadvantage is just so bad.
But you're able to discard cards for free to make your Gecko Morio plays better, right? Because it's not like you still can't play Gecko in that deck.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's still a good color pair.
Blue-black is obviously still just a really good color pair.
Right.
But I just think the card disadvantage just is what really hurts that leader.
That's fair.
Peel off.
Peel off. That's true. Peel off is a hell of a card.
You know what? If I get to play Divination and not be scrutinized for it, I'll do it.
I'll give it a 5. Well, I'll change it down to a 5.
That was gonna be my initial when you first brought up Sokka, but then I thought about it and remembered card disadvantage, which brought me down to 3.
Well, color combination.
Maybe a 4.
What's next? 5. That's good. Alright. RP Law, I think we all have a number in our head. We'll say it at the same time. 1, 2, 3, 1.
2.
1. Not even gonna give. No,
I'm
I want to give
going
it
2.
0.
If I could go 0, I'd go 0.
Oh, we can go 0.
Alright, we're going 0.
I'm going 2 because I like the art.
Art's whatever.
And that's the end of the podcast. Because of the art, you really like the art that much?
I actually really like the art.
I don't like the art though.
Yeah,
whatever.
I've seen worse arts.
Yeah, like PRB, reprint, Sakazuki alt. Patrick Starfish looking ass. Oh man.
Homie looks like he just came out the womb. He's so pink.
Yeah. I actually like this art less than I did the Sakazuki art for the promo.
That's fair. I'm fine with the Sokka art, honestly. I mean, obviously it's no OG Sokka.
Honestly, the fact that they were trying to undo their wrongs, I give them credit for it. I don't care if it was a scribbled on piece of paper saying "I owe you a soccer leader." Like, it's fine. I'm still down.
You know what? I'll play Mono Black Sokka.
Do it.
And guys, that's the other podcast. Brad can't be on here anymore. We're looking for a new Yonko Cast member who thinks with their brain. And that's
just... This guy's definitely the Buggy of the Yonko Cast.
Bro, everyone says Buggy's the strongest.
Buggy's the strongest. Because he has Mihawk and Crocodile. Spoiler alert. Yeah, no, but it honestly, the list was surprising and not surprising at the same time.
Everyone was expecting the Law. I don't think anyone... If you're surprised by Law, you're not playing the same game as everyone else.
There was speculation we talked about where they hit good consistency pieces, right? But then the more I looked at what good pieces they could have hit, all of them are in PRB. Kid, Raiju, like all these like really just good purple cards were it that is in the deck or like could be in the deck if other cards got hit are all in PRB, and then they're not going to kill their set on release, right?
I think that was writing on the wall ahead of time. Like, there's no way. This is something that happened in Magic a lot. They're not going to hit something they're reprinting. If it was like no ban list was in discussion and people were just like, we should get a ban, and they were already planned that's different.
Right.
But they were like, we're going to release this, and then we're going to lock in these ban announcements.
For me, it's not even the fact that, like, oh, we're reprinting it. Because you can reprint a card and then ban it later. Just because Yu-Gi-Oh! Does it all the time, right? Like, they reprint something, it's around for 2 months, and then it's banned.
Does the set drop?
But...
Was the question right?
Yeah,
if it's a selling point of the set.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like, for example, like, Snake Eye in Yu-Gi-Oh! Most recently did not get hit. I'm 90% sure that's going to be in the tins. It's going to be in the
did we
tins.
get that BNR?
Huh?
Did we get that BNR? Yet?
What BNR?
Ban restricted, homie.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
I thought...
No. So it's gonna get released in the tins.
Yeah.
As of right now, it's not.
Sorry.
It might be hit, but we'll see. But like, for a different example, we'll use Zodiac. Zodiac, tier 0 deck for like 6 months. Mm-hmm. Gets mass reprinted to the public in tins where it's stupid easy to pull.
Yep.
A month and a half later, banlist announcement banned, because then everybody had access to it for a month and a half. So Bandai could have done that, but PRB has not came to us yet, so they're not going to preemptively hit stuff that's not coming to us yet, because we're not getting that shit till December, right? So because of that, they're not going to hit it before we ever get it, because they're not going to kill their own product on release.
I'd like to just put this in the books now and lock this in on video, even though I know people who will vouch for me. I knew Law was going to get banned from day one. The moment that leader dropped, I knew that leader was getting banned. I knew it for.
I can't vouch for this, man. I thought RP.
I can't vouch for that, man, but
you guys can't vouch for me.
I thought RP Luffy could have potentially got hit.
That leader was strong.
Holy shit, that leader's good in OP9 too.
Yeah,
it is
because of the purple straw hat stuff. With the red straw hat searchers and 1-drop Nami searchers any straw hat.
And the
Yep.
And the new purple law searcher. Like,
guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. You know what? Fuck it. We're gonna talk about OP9. We're gonna talk about OP9.
Not tonight.
Well, hey.
Don't be that guy. We gotta save that stuff, right?
So
we could do a whole video discussion.
We could.
I think as much as it sucks to ban a leader, I think sometimes it does become a necessary evil. Because I also think if we left Law in the game, it restricts card and game design going forward.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think it's better to just rip the Band-Aid off now, ban the leader, get it out of the way.
And Dragon Ball, which was Bandai's first like major card game of the new era, right? Very much was kind of on the same.
The Great Pirate era.
Yes, the One Piece is real. Where there was this card called Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and it was really good because you got to discard a card in Dawn Ramp 2, your turn 1, and then you got to untap at the end of every turn. So you just got to like ramp and combo and like play these crazy cards for free essentially. They banned it, but what they did back then is we didn't get like reprints of the leaders till like years later, and they were like full on eroded, but still playable. For me, Bandai has kind of changed the ways of those mistakes, where they're banning it immediately and they're just giving us a very subpar version. I'm cool with the ban immediate, like they're actually addressing the issues kind of quicker. But I don't like the awful versions of these cards. I still want decent versions of these leaders. Because as of right now, unless we get some kind of gimmick of like, oh, when a Heart Pirate's bottom to your deck, draw 2 or something like that, right? Like this leader is just kind of dead on arrival.
I guess the statement of like, I would rather just take the slip of paper with an Ayusaka leader or Law leader. Like, that's totally fine. If they ban these, just realize that they need a prio, maybe replacing those in like a PRB or like
a side set.
Or just in the next set. Let's make sure we're able to think about those leader or new leaders if it fits, right?
Yeah.
So that's something they could look forward to. I don't mind the immediate here's a promo, but I think that's pulling away from the whole promos are kind of a reason Law was so expensive. Like a world where Gordon wasn't just a promo and we got Raise Max first.
Can you look up how much Gordons are for me?
They're sub 20 now. I'm pretty sure.
What a time to be alive.
Justice has been served, baby.
What I would just like to state, what's the world where Gordon is Raise Max, right? And like we just got that effect in a set.
If we had just gotten that in a set, I think everybody would be.
Isn't there a new red-haired pirate guy coming out pretty soon? That's literally just another one.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, he wouldn't have been like the boogie unobtainable deck for so long if we just like nipped that in the butt and just
a little
have
earlier.
a promo only version.
Yeah.
Because that's why a lot of people didn't play that deck, is because okay, my cost to entry is this one drop that costs at least $30 to $40.
Yep, 120 right off the rip. When most decks are like
that was
120
like the
for
old
the whole deck.
Kata argument, but you're like, okay, it's a secret rare, I can still pull it.
It's in a set that wasn't printed much.
Well, no, I mean like when Kata spiked initially, you're like, okay,
right,
it's still expensive, but it's in a set.
Right. No, I get you. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Guys, we have a couple options on what we want to draft tonight. Draft pick. So our other video, we had leaders, but that video's audio was really dog water. We're gonna redo that video. I guess we could tack that on real quick at the end, just kind of introduce ourselves, because we haven't done that, or we can just do a whole separate video for that.
Let's do it on another video.
Another video, okay. Yeah. So we have set leaders. You want to just keep that for that video?
Yeah, we'll keep that for that later video.
We'll do that for that video. So the one I have right now is top 5 alt arts, excluding PRB, because we did PRB for the first video.
We did do PRB.
So top 5 alt arts, excluding PRB.
And excluding mangas?
Do we want? That's what I was going to ask, is do we want to set limitations? Because I have the limitations ready to go.
I say exclude mangas. Mangas is just too easy, right?
Okay, so I'm going to do this. We are excluding mangas, and we are excluding SPs.
Easy.
Are we excluding leaders?
That was my question. Leaders included or not?
Do you guys want to do leaders, or do you want to save that for the leaders?
I think leaders are their own category.
I think alt leaders is its own category.
Okay, all right. Leaders off the table too. So top 5 alts.
Yep.
And I'm gonna hit you guys with another little twist.
Oh boy.
No starter deck.
Easy.
No starter deck alts.
No starter cards that have alts now?
No starter deck cards that have alts, because it would be so easy.
Are we counting winner cards as alts?
Set alts. I heard that as
yes, we're doing set alts.
Like
specifically set alts.
So nothing.
If I were to open a pack,
it's got to be from a pack, baby.
It has to be from a pack. So,
easy.
Because I didn't want us to be like, oh, dude, I'm picking 7-drop championship Eustace kid, because that alt is kind of fucking sick.
That alt is fire, and I need some.
That's what I'm saying. So I didn't want to like throw that in the mix.
Pause.
Speaking of, fun fact, new update on my 7-cost kid collection.
Sure.
I'm up to 18 copies. I found some more.
You have 18. How much is that card?
Like $2.
Yeah, I made out like a bandit on that card.
So did I. I saw like Henry had like 5 of them. I was like, do you need any of these? He was like, no. I was like, cool. These are mine. And then I saw Josh had like 3 or 4. I was like, cool. These are
Can I
mine.
get a placement off of you for all the amount of free fucking commons and rares and uncommons you've got off?
I got you.
All right, perfect. Your boy's broke. All right, let's start drafting here. Okay, so we are done drafting right now what we want to draft. I only, funny enough, I only have like 10 cards on mine.
I had 5 for a minute.
Those
but
are rookie numbers.
I got some extra ones.
So
I'm at 17 on my list.
Damn, depending on where we go, we may need to pick up. So since we're gonna redo our other video and do that draft in that video, so you're gonna go first in that one.
Works for me.
You went first, the first one.
Yep.
I'm going first on this one, and then you guys are gonna rock paper scissors for second and third.
Oh yeah. Rock paper scissors shoot. Rock paper scissors shoot. Get fucked.
So you want to go second or third?
I'm gonna go third here.
Oh, I got to be nice and cozy in number 2.
I don't like going number 2.
I'm fine with number 2.
Oh, I love going number 2, especially at work.
Get paid.
I'm saying, thank you, somebody gets it.
All right, let's go. Come on.
All right, my first pick in the 2024 One Piece draft. Give me Brooke.
Easy. Not even on my list.
Ryan, pause the video.
I picked Brooke for a couple reasons.
Snipe Seth.
No, actually, Brooke is probably top 3
It's a
Straw
clean
Hat
alt.
members for me.
It's a clean alt.
I also just need to guarantee something on my list
From me, yeah.
that I know is going to be in contention with somebody, and for this case, it is you. But then also at the same time, I think it is just one of my favorite black cards that's been released in the last couple sets. So I'm generally happy with that pick there. Brad,
If it makes you
that it is your pick.
Give me Isho.
Yeah, that kind of was just.
Who?
I knew that just was gonna be
Fujitora.
Fuji.
Um,
And you get 2 picks here, my guy.
I don't think I'm in contention with anyone.
Let's hear it.
Anyone.
Let's hear it.
No one. Not a single person in this
Not a
room.
single person.
Not a single person. I'm gonna go. I have 2 really safe picks that are just like there. I'm gonna go Perona
You motherfucker.
and
Not
Bubbles.
even. What was the second one?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Yep, I knew that. one was
Perona
good.
and Khalifa.
Yeah, Perona
That's fair.
was on my list.
Absolutely fair. Not surprised. In the slightest.
No, you're not.
Yeah, Perona was 100% on my list. I was hoping to get it this next round. So Perona Khalifa off the list.
Off the list.
Off the list. Khalifa was not on my list.
No, I don't think it was on anyone's list.
I think I was just going to give that to you always. So.
Yep. I think my other 3 picks are all given.
Okay. Mr. Brad.
I have so many good options here.
He's lying.
Give me. God, I don't want to use a safe pick. I want to just save that for later. Give me a contested pick. I don't even think that hardly any of my picks are going to be that contested.
Just this with the Kaido. God, get over it.
You can't.
I already know there's a
Give me my big boy Kuzan, 10 cost.
Knew it. Secret Kuzan.
It's a secret rare? That's crazy.
Well, we didn't say secret rares in the beginning of it when we were deciding, so I gave it to him. Secret Kuzan. Not a bad pick. I like that pick. Was not on my list, but I like that pick for you.
Yeah.
It was one of the first alts I ever got, and it's in my heart.
That's, you know what? That's fair, man. One of the first alts that I got. No, just kidding. I think with my number 2, I'm gonna go ahead and take Rebecca.
Yep.
Yeah.
Saw that coming.
Just really like that card. Overall.
It was going to be on my list. Didn't have it there. I assumed it was going to be in contention.
What? I'm gonna go Zoro Juro for my number 3.
Purple?
Interesting.
Zoro Juro for my number 3. I really like the art on this card.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
You're talking about the purple one, right?
Yeah.
Ramps with if you're at 3 or less life.
Yeah, that's a really good ult.
Yeah, I really like that ult. And then I think I'm gonna be honest, my last 2 picks I really want are gonna be safe. I don't think anyone's picking them.
Give me OP4 Dofi.
It's fine. You can have it.
You want the whole Dawn family? I'll give you the whole Dawn family on that one. You can get them all. Get them all right there.
Waiting to see my number 5 pick.
Be surprised.
Sugar. No.
I hate
I know you do.
I
You
hate the
that.
sugar ult with them.
But you're not there. You're not there in the anime yet when that moment happens. And when you get to that moment, I feel like you're gonna like that all more. Honest to God.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I'll let you know.
All right, Seth. 3 and 4.
We're all surprised by it, Lucci.
I need you to clarify.
4 Lucci.
There we go.
Followed by the 6th. No.
Yeah, you know what? He could hit us with the Carfax.
I'm just gonna hit it with 5-drop Sabo. Still my favorite ult in the game.
Yeah.
I think it's very clean.
There was never a moment in this world I was going to try and take that from you.
No one was gonna take those from me ever.
I actually did think about the Lucci,
He's so clean.
but I took the Brook from you, so I couldn't do it.
Honestly, I'm more hurt by the Brook. I'm so hurt by the Brook.
I'm sorry.
But the Brook for Piranha.
I had to do it.
Right, hit him. Come on.
Here's with Carfax, bro.
Come on. Come on,
OP4
Vanilla.
Kaido.
Oh my god.
There was just never
God, he's just pure vanilla every time.
straight basic bitch every time.
Every time.
Every
Pure,
Also,
not even
if you,
French
if you
vanilla.
if you look at the cost of these cards, 8+ on all of them.
Yeah, I know.
You're an expensive.
I love me some late game bombs,
You're
dude.
an expensive little boy.
There's only one card on my list I haven't played.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
There's a cup. Actually, there's only 2 on mine that I have.
I've extensively played all the other cards on my list.
My number 4 pick in the 2024 to 2025 One Piece draft. Give me Miss All Sunday.
That's not a bad one.
Not on my list.
That's okay. It's on mine. And that's what matters.
It's all that matters, honestly, at the end of the day.
All that matters at the end of the day. Number 5. I easily could go Gecko Moria here.
Yeah.
Could
You
lock
can
up-
have Gecko. I
could
don't
lock
worry.
up the Gecko. It's a very beautiful, dark, twisted art. However, I gotta stay true to my roots. I gotta stay true to who I am as a person.
You're gonna take this from me, you stupid bastard.
And I'm gonna lock in Film Luffy.
That's never mind.
I'm gonna lock in.
He actually just sidewinded me on that
I'm
one.
gonna lock in.
Just took the
I'm gonna lock in 7-drop Film Luffy. I was such a Uda player for a long time.
respect.
I love the art on that card, the dynamic posing, just the art,
hand.
the art from the movie being displayed very well.
Yeah, because we all watched the movie
everything
here.
like that. But just very well done.
Yeah.
So I gotta go.
That's
Film
not a bad
Luffy. The other one was definitely gonna be a Laboon. It definitely was good. It was between that and Laboon. I really like Laboon's art.
I looked at Laboon and I was like,
I love that art.
if I
because-
could double pick Laboon Brook
That's exactly what I was
as
thinking.
my double pick, I was like, that would be so clean.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because I really wanted Brooke and Laboon together, but I couldn't force myself to pick it over the Film Luffy. So, Film Luffy, my number 5. Brad, your number 5.
Magellan.
Fucking easy as. I was surprised. I actually,
That's so unique. I
I was kind of surprised.
You know what? You know what I almost picked?
Polly.
No. Polly's not even on my list, brother.
Oh, I thought you loved that card.
say
I do
who's
love
who.
that card. Diamante.
I thought you were gonna say who's who.
Yeah,
Tell me who's on that list.
He is.
Yes, I do.
Wait, which who's who?
The Searcher.
The blue one.
Yeah.
Blue Surger from OP4.
like the
It's such a
box-
clean ult.
The box topper?
Buksutapa.
All right, Seth, you're
yeah.
number 5.
Hold
on, before you give me your number 5, what was the potential number 5 you could have picked?
Do we want to know the only card on my list I haven't played?
Is that your number 5?
No.
Oh yeah, what's the only card on your list that you haven't played?
Mr. 2. Mr. True.
The Bon Clay?
Yeah.
I was thinking about picking that too.
I don't know why they did that all. They didn't need to do that all. We all agree that all shouldn't have been done.
He's down bad.
Sometimes you're down bad, okay?
For the man that's a woman.
Just saying, we all know they did that because they wanted to sell the set.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
This is a hard one. I could go back to my roots.
Go back to your roots. And
My
it's
actual-
Odin. It's 8-drop Odin. I know it.
It's not A-Drop Odin.
No?
It's the first alt I opened that I didn't realize was an alt. but it's not the one that's my that's my contender for 5.
Oh my gosh.
Was 5-drop Yamato, Secret Yamato.
That's your number 5?
No, that was going to be my number
okay.
5. My number 5 is just going to be 2-drop Garp, baby.
Yeah. Check your chat. Check your chat right now.
100%.
Check your chat right
There
now.
was no doubt in my mind that Garp was going to be somewhere on your list, and then when it wasn't picked at number 5, your number 4, I was like, man, Bred's just going to take it from him because he's an asshole.
Honestly, I expected your text to be Sabo. I expected you.
Nah, I knew it was gonna be that 2-cost 2K
No,
Garp.
you know what's crazy is every card on this man's top 5, black.
If you look at my first
officer, I'm guilty. What can I say? I'm bad at the game.
my first 5 on my list are black.
Perona, black. Khalifa, black. Lucci, black. Salo, black. Garp, black.
You don't
The
have
first-
to be racist about it,
For
brother.
you, whoa, not what I meant. For you, Isho black, Kuzan black, Dofi green, Kaido blue, Magellan purple. A little bit more variety. For me, Brooke black, Rebecca black, Zoro Juro purple, Miss All Sunday purple, and Luffy was green.
I will say for number 5, I almost picked OP1 Sanji.
I almost picked OP1 Zoro, technically.
I almost picked OP1 Law.
I did almost pick Secret Rare Zoro. Because
Actually,
let me tell you how much that card messed
Very
people up
surprised
at our
Kata
parties.
was not on your list. But it's literally just every.
I like
just
PRB that much more.
It's just every card that you're playing in Lucci right now is on your list.
Khalifa, Sabo, Lucci, Perona, Brooke, Zoro, Mr. 2, Gecko, Garp.
That's fair. The only ones I had was Gecko, Secret Rare Zanji, and Laboon.
Mind you, my 5 were done. We're done. And I just was like, maybe I'll just add these extra ones on here.
All right, bottom to top, my list. Who's who? Soga King.
I see. I knew that was on your list.
Pause. Soga King all just not clean.
It's clean.
That's not bad. The little.
I wanna play-
It looks like a little black hole in his hand. And
I want to play that card. It's not playable.
It's good. It's not good.
not.
Not good.
It's really bad.
Secret Rare Uta.
I also was thinking about putting that on my list.
That ult's weird.
I dig it. Honestly,
I like the SP.
Yeah.
I like the SP a lot.
seeing the art on a computer screen does not do it justice in person. Like in person,
100%.
chef's kiss.
100%
Mr. 5, Booger Boy. That all is just
Wait, no,
awesome.
not treble.
not trouble.
Mr. Five's ability is to his boogers become bullets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Booger Boy. He flicks
oh,
boogers.
he's-
Every time we say Booger Boy, I think
He's
of
gonna treble. No,
That's fair.
Snot Man.
That's fair. I can't blame you.
That's Snot Man.
when I bought my set. I'm like, give me them boogers.
Let me get them boogers. Let me get them boogies.
I also had Jinbei, OP7.
Yeah, I thought about Jinbei as well.
He was so close.
The red is just such a dynamic.
I think a plus for that ult, by the way. Not that it's good, not a good ult, but it's just that the regular one's just so bad.
The regular one just looks like a foot.
Yeah, it's like this weird in between of like clay with clay animation. I don't know what they were thinking on that art.
Magellan, obviously I drafted that. Secret Rare Zoro, OP4 Yamato.
Okay,
Good, clean ult. Can't go wrong with it.
was gonna be on my list.
By the way,
too.
now I was thinking what yellow or red card was in any of our top 5s.
Kata wasn't even on my list, so
Yep.
Not a single.
And then I drafted 10 cost Kuzan, OP4 Kaido, obviously. OP1 Sanji, Diamante, Big Dofi, 4 cost Kuzan, and then Sakazuki, and then top of my list was Isho.
Yeah, I know my last 3 picks were not going to be in contention at all, being the Zoro Jiro.
I knew like none of my picks were gonna.
I'm
be
surprised you
contested.
didn't put the Searcher Nami on there.
I don't like that all.
It's fine. I prefer.
Oh,
Cloud-
one drop Nami?
No,
Well, I thought about one drop Nami, but I kept fucking forgetting.
Most
about
of Nami's are one drop.
no, I said Film Searcher.
Searcher
homie.
Nami. Really.
I said Film
Yeah,
Searcher.
no,
Nami.
no, I thought you just
Oh,
said Searcher.
I'm sorry.
One drop
I
Searcher
also
Nami
thought-
should have been on my list because I do love that art. I just gonna be honest, like looking through on the TCG player, typing in alternate art, and it come up. It didn't pop up for me because
I just searched by cost.
because you know why it didn't come up for me when I was looking, and I had to look later as we were doing our list.
Yeah.
So when you go to Romance Dawn, they don't say alternate art; they say
say
parallel.
That's what I said when you searched it.
I was thinking parallel from like the fucking Three Brothers set.
Yeah.
That all those white cards say parallel.
Yeah.
So it fucked me because I missed a bunch of OP1 cards that I just completely forgot.
I thought Kid was gonna be on your list.
Just get better.
5-drop
Honestly,
Kid
A-drop.
or A-drop Kid. I like the art. It's not my favorite.
I
though.
prefer just regular Kid personally.
5-drop Law was almost in my top 5, but not quite.
Yes,
It's
sir.
probably like my number 6. Like, if we were to do honorable mentions right now, it's between Nami and Law for me.
That's fair.
So.
But also not surprising.
I do want to say I love Rush Zoro still.
Yeah, I love that. Red
Rush Zoro is clean.
Rush Zoro's really nice. The Japanese scroll style that we got, though.
If the alt Rush Zoros were under like 50, I would get them.
Same.
But like for the anniversary one is just slightly.
What are they even at right now?
65.
Yeah. That's a little much for me.
65.
It's a little too rich for my blood.
Yeah, too rich for my blood.
Not rich.
And I don't like alt 9-drop actually.
I really like it. I also did,
the King of Hell pose is sick.
I also
It's
did.
a cool pose. It's just I don't really like that alt.
I also did open it in my pre-release pool, and I messed up so many of my opponents with it. Like,
Also under $40 now.
actually,
Yeah. So definitely worth picking up.
I'll have to get some.
So yeah, for sure. Guys. Also, fun fact: starter deck Mihawk is like randomly $7 again.
Yeah.
Gecko's at 9, so
Gecko's at more than 9. He's a $16 card.
No, he's talking about the starter one.
starter.
Hey, silly Billy.
Starter Gecko.
Yes.
Blue starter.
Oh, Gecko Moria. Yeah, bro.
Oh
I
my
don't know why I keep
lord,
forgetting.
this guy.
Anytime I hear Gecko, it's just immediately black.
Racist.
Whoa! Alright. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you guys supporting us and all the content we make and everything else. Please like and subscribe.
Yep.
Please share the video. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. We're always looking for ideas.
Or we're gonna ramble for
Or
a couple hours
we're gonna ramble for
late
a
into the
couple
night.
hours, late into the night like we're doing right now because it's currently 1 a.m.
And we still gotta play games.
And we still gotta test a little bit.
Yeah, we can't leave. You know,
Can't leave until we play a couple
Yeah, we
games.
can't leave. You know.
But no, we do generally really appreciate it. We know like the views aren't super crazy right now.
No.
And I don't think that was really our goal, right? We just wanted to express
3 mentally ill One Piece players, like the rest of them.
Yeah. So
Instead of 2 bros chilling in a hot tub, 3 men chilling in a living room.
Sometimes in a hot tub.
bros chilling, bro. Could you imagine a hot tub stream?
Oh, if we could
We
stream
were
in the
just
hot
talking
tub.
about. I have the hot tub here at the complex. Get
We're
set
doing
up.
it.
Record
We're doing
it.
it.
We're doing it. We're doing a hot tub stream.
We're doing it.
We're doing a hot tub. We're
bubbles
doing a
and all.
hot tub stream, guys.
Bubbles and all.
Hot tub cast.
Nah. We gotta hit like an actual goal or something. There's
You know
no
what?
way.
We hit 1,000 subscribers. Hot tub cast.
Done.
All right, he's in
I
agreement.
didn't confirm it.
No, he's gonna no.
Nope.
1,000.
No
1,000.
confirmation.
I will write up a contract.
Write up contract, baby.
You think you can write? I can't read.
He can't read, but he can sign. Sign away, baby. We really appreciate it. I would like to try and do a giveaway at 100 subscribers just to say thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
And watch Derek win it.
Watch Derek with the good hair win it. We are currently at about 50 subscribers.
I checked right before I came here, 48.
48 subscribers.
Yep.
So
I
another
unsubscribed.
52. Get us to 100. We'll figure out something. Well, the 3 of us will get together, figure out some kind of giveaway. I think the closer we get to that, the more we'll really look into it.
Yeah, a little confidence booster.
But yeah, guys, we really just appreciate and thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and liking the videos.
Yeah.
Again, please share, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Oh, yeah,
Any
we will.
last words?
Adios.
Adios amigos. Sure, I was gonna say that, and then he said it. I was like, oh shit, wait, God,
I'm so original.
I'm so original.
Hasta luego, baby.
Hasta luego.
I stood atop a tower, looking down on everyone until the day you defeated me. You called it graceful charity.